Many thanks for staying with us. Of course, this is still Politics HQ on New Central Television. Now, the new Nigeria People's Party has just held its 54th National Convention, where they elected new party executives. The convention, which took place in Lagos, saw the emergence of Dr. Major Agbo as the party's new national chairman. The convention also saw the affirmation of the expulsion of Senator Rabiu Musa Kwankwaso and also Elder Buba Galadima, amongst others, from the party. Additionally, a motion was passed granting automatic tickets for all NNPP members currently serving in state houses of assembly, the House of Representatives and the Senate, who are willing to contest in the 2027 general elections under the party's platform. Now, on the contrary, Kwankwaso's faction rejects Dr. Agbo Major as national chairman, highlighting that the new logo of the party is the authentic one, that the party doesn't operate from a purported base in Apapa in Lagos State, amongst a list of other issues. Now, what is the impact of this on the party's future and its chances in coming elections? Well, joining me right now is Ladipo Johnson, who, of course, is the National Publicity Secretary for the NNPP, joins virtually from Abuja. Thank you so much for your time, Mr. Ladipo Johnson.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, so 54th National Convention was held in Lagos by the NNPP, and another press conference was held in Abuja, sort of countering what happened in Lagos. What is going on within your party?
Thank you very much. I think that the press would like us to continue to go back and forth on an issue that is resolved.
You said the press. I'm sorry, the press. I'm sorry, sir. You said the press would like us to go over issues that have been resolved. The press didn't cook this up.
If you are kind enough, sorry, sir.
Okay, sir.
If you are kind enough to click onto your phone now, click onto Google or go to the INEC portal. Please do that now, sir, so that we say, I'm about to catch a flight.
I'm listening to you.
A lot of time. Hang on. If you go to Google, go to the INEC website, sir, you will, the NNPP as one of the parties, you will see the logo as a red and white circle with the education book and cap on it. And you will see the name of Dr. Juji Ahmed as the chairman. Now, whatever happened in Apapa, Lagos, by some club or whatever they call themselves, if they say they are NNPP and they are carrying a basket of fruit, you will see from the INEC logo and INEC website that there is no such party in Nigeria. There is no problem within our party. I thank them for having expelled us or expelled Kwankwaso or whatever from their so-called group. But they are not members of ours, of the NNPP, as recognized by the umpire.
But this same purported group, according to you, sir, claim to have a court injunction.
At the present moment, I can hardly, the network is not good, I can hardly hear you, sir. I don't know what you're trying to say. But there's no point, if you can hear me, going back and forth. When the electoral umpire have told you, or has told you, and has it on their website, that 11 Mahatma Gandhi is the headquarters of the NNPP. This is the NNPP. This is the logo of the party. So there's no point in my splitting hairs with anyone who has money to waste, who will go to Apapa and do whatever they call a meeting or a convention. It is not recognized. Even in court today, INEC made its appearance They had their lawyers in court in Abuja. And INEC said in their submission that they don't know them. They are not registered with them. The NNPP registered with them is the one with the red and white logo at the moment. So I don't understand why we want to keep pushing it. It doesn't stop them from going to court and saying INEC is wrong, we are wrong, and what have you. But the present position, sir, is what I'm telling you. So if Mr. Agbo Major is there, he starts to say this, he went to Abia, he did this, there's no point. I can't be, I'm in an airport now, so I cannot be shouting or make the level of my voice. So that is the position. All we did today was have a press conference to tell the world that this is not the, whatever happened in Apapa 3 days ago is not from the NNPP. We are intact. This is us. This is what we're doing. And that is it. We have no problems with them. They can continue to defy court rulings, court injunctions, and the press can aid them by saying NNPP. The bottom line, I say something, Agbo Major says something. It behoves on journalists to do a simple fact-finding mission. And if they had done that all these days, they would have seen that at the present moment, and it will continue to be so, but to help Agbo Major, at the present moment, this is the NNPP. Now they can go to court, as they've been doing, and try to change it. They've lost a plethora of cases.
So basically, I mean, just for clarity and of this conversation, you're saying that including the documentation of the party and all of that, the Kwankwaso faction is the authentic faction, beyond just a logo change and it being on INEC website?
Sir, the Electoral Act, the Constitution talks about the Electoral Act. The Electoral Act talks about what you are to be, what you have to be a political party. And it is simple. Unfortunately for them, or for people who do not like it, INEC happens to be the regulator. INEC were there when Agbo Major was National Publicity Secretary in 2022. They also took the minutes when his suspension was ratified, when his expulsion was ratified. Within a week or so, the gentleman says to the world, I am now the national chairman. And none of the press asked him at that time that how do you go from being suspended or expelled within a week to becoming a national chairman? Yet we've been running in place, and now we're emboldened to be saying this faction and this faction. That's why I said earlier that it seems that the press just want to continue with the theatrics and everything. There are no factions. Agbo has expelled us from his party. If he has a party, we say thank you. We're not taking him to court for that, but they have been taking us to court everywhere. Why? It is because we hold on to the party. They're trying to grab it. They're trying to do whatever. They can go to court. It's their constitutional right. But there you see that the person that is in control at the moment is the Dr. Ajuji Ahmed-led National Working Committee and National Executive, right? So that's what I'm saying, sir. There is no issue, no problem.
Okay.
But we can't stop them from going to court. I'm not just in the court we went through, by Justice Hassan, the injunction that is on them now, which they disobeyed flagrantly 3 days ago, and for which they will face contempt proceedings. Simple.
Okay, so I mean, in bullet points, can you just give us a list of bona fide members of the party now?
How can I give you a list of bona fide members?
No, some of them, because
sitting Ladipo Johnson is one.
Okay.
Dr. Ajude Ahmed is one.
Okay.
Rabiu Musa is one.
Okay.
Dr. Kano is one. Do you need more?
I need more because we have a list of.
Okay, if you need more, sir,
okay,
please go to INEC and tell them you want to see the register of parties, or come to our office and hand Magadi that you want to see the register of the party.
Okay.
But like they cannot sit down at an airport lounge and start to tell you a list of 1,000, 2,000.
Of course, not entirely anyway. It's just to clarify issues. And you've mentioned some names which I was going to ask about.
Agbo Major is no longer a member.
Okay, so that is what how about Dr. Boniface Anebolam? Is he still a member?
He isn't. Go, sir. Go and acquaint yourself with the Supreme Court case of Agbo Okori. And the Supreme Court made it clear the fact that you are one of the founders of a party does not mean you are not subject to the Constitution. It's not possible. It's a democracy. One person cannot even register a party. You need several people to sign from different parts of the country. I don't understand what we're discussing. When we should be discussing issues relating to inflation, relating to what the government is doing.
I mean, we need to get the foundation right, because if the foundation is right, so that is what we are trying to do. I'm sorry, I need to come in here because you keep, I'm sorry, you keep puncturing the essence of this conversation. And until we get that foundation right, whatever being discussed, we'll still come back to it. And that's why we're having this conversation, so Nigerians understand the position of the NNPP as it were right now.
Some people seem to want to keep reinventing the thing in different ways. It's either a T with a capital T or a small one or Roman one. You understand? The bottom line, the foundation is this. There was a party, NNPP. Agbo Major was there. I think he was secretary, he was chairman, different people. At the time, in 2022, Rabiu Musa Kwankwaso, Buba Galadima, some people decided, they spoke, they did whatever. People joined. I didn't join them in signing any memo. I came into the party as an individual. We all entered the party because that's what the Constitution of Nigeria says. We joined the party. We contested the election 2023. We all were together. Then issues started to happen, basically between the disciples of Anebolam, Agbo Major, and the National Secretary. When it got to a stage, we said enough was enough. It was when Dr. Anebolam said he was superior to the National Executive Committee that the executive said, no, can't take it any longer. And he was suspended, subsequently expelled, along with some other people. That is the foundation. Nobody is saying that Kwankwaso or Buba Galadima or Ladipo Johnson founded the NNPP. We joined in 2022. There's no doubt about it.
Okay, so
we're not playing games with this.
Okay, so moving forward, when is the party?
We shouldn't follow the constitution of the party.
Okay, so moving forward, when is this faction of the party holding its national convention?
We don't have a faction. When you are ready to ask me when the NNPP is holding its next national convention, I'll tell you it's scheduled to come in 2026. We don't have this faction, that faction. I'm not going to play that game. We don't.
Okay, so
we don't have faction. So when Agbo wants to go, if he wants, he can have another convention tomorrow, have another convention day after. Keep covering it, and see whether he can field any candidates in any election in this country, or the things that a political party ought to do or should do. When it comes to that, then you know which one is authentic. Since you cannot simply go to the NINEC website, people listening to me should please, if the press have decided not to, just go to the INEC website, search political parties, look at the NNPP.
Okay,
end this conversation.
Just also to address some, well, I call it speculations. I'm on the INEC website right now, and I can see that the logo there has a red and white. But some pundits, political pundits, would say that it's more or less an extension of the Kwankwaso movement, which of course is synonymous with that color. So I would like you to address that.
It is red and white. Good. If it is an extension of Kwankwaso, whatever is not an extension of mandate.
So you are not denying that it might be an extension of the Kwankwaso movement.
The bottom line is this. In Nigeria, groupings, movements, and whatever get into parties. A movement cannot be a party, or a movement is not a party. You have to register a party, or you have to join a party. So when you are in a party, majority will come from one block or the other. There's nothing stopping people from different places coming together into a party. And it is not a crime to have a majority in the party. So whether or not Kwankwaso has majority in the party, doesn't matter. And if he has majority, so why are we dealing with sentiments instead of facts?
All right.
We can have majority, we can be there. I am a Kwankwaso member. National Secretary is not. National Chairman is not. So we shouldn't make it seem as if Kwankwaso came and strangled everyone. The National Treasurer is not. A lot of them are not Kwankwaso members. Some people came from different places. Some from Agbo's old NNPP, that we call them. The National Secretary was from the old NNPP, from Dr. Anibunam, nominated by Anibunam. He's still National Secretary. So I think we should please concentrate on facts, legality, procedures. Sentiments, yes. Sentimentally, you say, it's not good, Anibunam brought you into the party, and for one reason or the other, now you are a majority in the party, you've taken over. That's sentimental.
All right, Ladipo Johnson, thank you so much for your time. One reason why we are having this conversation is to not be sentimental, but to get facts. And that is why we're having it, for clarity, and so that Nigerians understand what exactly is going on within the NNPP. Once again, thank you for your time, and hopefully we'll get to have you again. Thank you. Ladipo Johnson, National Publicity Secretary of the NNPP, joins virtually from Abuja. At this point, we'll go on a quick break. When we return, we will still stay on this subject, the NNPP, but we'll be bringing in Agbo Major to, of course, speak to us. Stay with us. Many thanks for staying with us. And of course, joining me to speak more on developments around the NNPP is Dr. Agbo Major, is the national chairman of the party. He joins virtually from Abuja. Thank you for joining me and staying with me, sir. Let's start. Yes, so let's kick off. I would like to start by reading an excerpt of what is titled Text of a Press Conference by the National Chairman of the New Nigeria's People Party, Dr. Juji Ahmed, which held on Friday, February 7th, 2027, held at the national headquarters in Abuja. A lot was said, but let me just go straight to a paragraph there. He said, we want to use this medium to inform and confirm to the world that the NNPP did not operate from Apapa. We did not hold any convention this year in any hotel lobby in Lagos. visit the INEC website and confirm for yourselves that our party is never chaired by a major serving or retired, or a doctor major, or an Agbo Major doctor, or whatever. Our NWC was inaugurated here in Abuja in April 2022 for a tenure of 4 years, which ends on April 2026, and it has here in Abuja that our party's headquarters and operates from in accordance with the law of the land. End of quote. Dr. Agbo Major, what this statement or part of it is saying is that your purported faction of the party is illegal and that you are imposters. How do you react, sir?
It's okay. I listened to you very carefully, and it's so ridiculous, that at this age where you could just tap the tab of a computer and you are availed the opportunity of getting to know the history of whatever you're trying to find out something about. Somebody like Ajuji, who is not known to us, would be making this such a reckless and careless statement. There's an adage that says that if you're not there when a corpse is buried, in trying to exhume it, you may end up exhuming it from the wrong side. That is the case that Ajuji and his cohorts are facing, obviously. Otherwise, Ajuji should have known that the NNPP that he joined just about barely 2 years ago is an NNPP that started operations after its registrations. It has maintained, ceaselessly a liaison office at the headquarters, a liaison office of the headquarters in Lagos, where its founder and board of trustee chairman operates from, But like I said, I can still pardon him that I'm not here to respond to whatever he has said. All that I can tell you is that we had a marriage, which couldn't stand the test of time in 2022. The story is there for all Nigerians, you media men especially, all of you are conversant with you, because we have repeated this thing over and over again. But what has triggered this, which I would want to tell you in summary, is that the recent Abia High Court judgment, which transferred the task of running the party to the Board of Trustees. The same judgment went further to say that the Board of Trustees, recognizing the fact that all the organs were dead by virtue of the pronouncement of that judgment, the Board of Trustees should go ahead and activate all the organs of the party that is required or that are required for the party to, to be able to operate seamlessly. That was exactly what happened in Lagos. Ajuji needs to know that previously, over 22 years ago of its existence, we have held well over 30 convention events in Lagos at the same rock view that he calls lobby of a hotel or whatever. We have had this, consecutively. There are nationals, the person there who says is national secretary also is aware because he has come all the way with us. He knows that all meetings that we've held in the past, over half of them were held in Lagos at the instance of the founder of the party. You know that parties are at liberty to hold meetings in any part of the country. The only thing the law says is that you must maintain a visible secretariat at the Federal Capital Territory. So that's why I said that probably are speaking out of ignorance. The party's offshoot is Lagos. The National Association of Government Approved Freight Forwarders is in Lagos. And that is the body that gave birth to this party.
Okay.
When you get into something and you don't seem to appreciate what you get into, you won't want to find time to dig into the past of that thing, so that when you are speaking, you'll be speaking from a very informed position.
And
the convention that was held in Lagos was triggered by the Abia High Court judgment. The convention only concluded the exercise, which began with World Conferences on the 13th. Through 14th up to 15th and 16th. It was when they came with the document, which granted them order that we should stop pending our appearances in court. Of course, on the first day of appearance, we were there. They were not there. And the order, of course, legally. Every legal mind knows the lifespan of an interim order. once the parties are in court and the matter has started, it takes somebody who does not know how the law works to ever think that that is still binding.
There's another issue, of course, which they hinge on, that I think you should also address. And they talk about the fact that the electoral umpire, which is INEC, recognizes their faction of the party. They made reference that we go to the INEC website and check the logo of the party. And if you go to the website, this is the logo that pops up on INEC, and also affirms that Ajuji, is the chairman of the party. So, you talk about facts here. What do we believe now? INEC is saying they recognize them.
Well, we have talked about this over and over again. And if you listen to me very carefully when I was making my submissions, especially in relation to the recent Abia High Court judgment, the judgment is specifically a compelling judgment on INEC to recognize the NWC that I lead, which has been midwifed now by the Board of Trustees that got the express powers of the court to midwife it. So, and you need to see how government works. I think, again, they are speaking from a very uninformed position. What we just concluded is in reaction to this same court judgment that I'm talking about. At the appropriate time, I'm sure within the next few days, INEC will do the needful. We don't want to blame INEC for whatever, because we're aware that from an uninformed position again, they went all the way to the Abia High Court where this judgment came out from. So, instead of doing the right thing, what they did was they're asking the judge after raining abuses, calling the judge all sorts of names. They went all the way there, asking the judge to look at what he has done again and so on and so forth. So they don't have the locus to go into appeal as far as this matter is concerned. This judgment directly says, INEC, this is what you must do. So it takes somebody who is lazy and who doesn't know what to do to run to the same court to say that I will want to go on appeal or something like that, when you know that you don't have the locus, you are not a party in the matter. This is a compelling order. So again, it's another show of ignorance, but then we will continue to tolerate them. What I know is that we brought them in 2022 on the strength of an MOU which was to last for 1 year. That MOU elapsed in 2023. So whatever this Kwankwaso group are doing within the party is just a hatchet job of trying to ensure that the party remains perpetually unstable. But those who believe in NNPP, our core members who have been part of its operations and who have been up-to-date members of the party since its inception in 2002, are unwavering in their hope that we'll move on. So as far as we are concerned, it's a distraction. They took us to court to stop a convention which process had already started from the world level. What other form of distraction are you talking about? I think they are under the sponsorship of another political party to ensure that we are not able to make gains in 2027. But I can tell you that
you just said you said you think they are under the sponsorship of another political party to destabilize the NNPP. Which political party might you be inferring to?
Well, I don't need to say specifically what I think, because I may be right, I may not be right. But all I know is that when you see a man operating around you out of mischief, and the man has sworn not to let the organization know peace, the person is obviously under the sponsorship of either a person or a group or whatever. So saying political party, that was what came out of my mind. I would have also added that they could also be under the sponsorship of one selfish politician or the other, to ensure that this party that has made its name and stamped its feet and put itself on winning ways all the way since 2019 in Bauchi and up till recently in Kano is not supposed to be under this level of assault.
Okay.
But I can tell you that the assault only lasted for a while. Court has taken care of that. There is a subsisting judgment. And even the logo you are talking about, this same logo, when they attempted to do this, we went to court. A lot of us concerned members of the party went to court and told the court that the process of changing a party's logo is a straight process. It has a procedure as enshrined not only in the INEC's working documents, but also in the Constitution and the Electoral Act. Okay. And that this has been adequately breached. And so don't allow this. The court reacted very quickly, and then our lawyers wrote to INEC to inform INEC that these were our quotations on what they were about to do. Initially, INEC, didn't give life to what they wanted. But at the end of the day, whatever happened, I wouldn't be able to say. But at the end of the day, after a lot of things, you go and check the records, you see that the attempt to change that logo was done, and INEC only gave a confirmation subject to whatever would happen from the court. Because already done that.
Dr. Major,
so let me conclude on the issue of logo by saying that. Let me conclude on the issue of logo by saying that the logo that you just showed, that is red in color, is not the logo of NNPP. It has never been. The one on your screen now is the logo of NNPP. And INEC is aware that we are contesting it. So whatever has happened there, I can tell you will never stand the test of time. I can assure you that. Nigerians know NNPP for this basket of fruits on the map. Not any other thing that we are aware is the logo of somebody's private school somewhere in Abuja. You are now trying to make it a logo of a political party. It will not work. The procedure is there.
It's interesting. It's interesting you say it represents the logo of someone's primary school. But we'll definitely come back to this after the break. Do stay with us. Many thanks, of course, for staying with us. This is still Politics HQ. I still have Dr. Agbo Major, the national chairman of the NNPP. Now, we just have about 60 seconds. What would be your message to the Kwankwaso faction of the NNPP?
Well, they are not a faction of the NNPP. I've given you a background to that. They were long expelled immediately after the lifespan of the MOU expired. So they are not a faction. And so if we are to advise them as Nigerians and then maybe as a pressure group, all that I can say is that they should, instead of being unnecessarily constituting unnecessary nuisance, what they need to do is to simply go to INEC and see if they can register their own political party. That's just the way to go. Because as far as NNPP is concerned, they are gone and gone for good.
Dr. Major Agbo,
and for our members, I can only, but just like we told them in Lagos, they should continue to have faith in what we are doing, and that in no time at all, the truth will prevail. We are now waiting for INEC to do what it should do by the judgment of the court. We have finished our own part. We now expect INEC to do its part.
All right, in one word, what would you describe what happened in Abuja, the press conference?
It's the height of insensitivity, and it's the height of, I don't know if there's any word called charlatanism, but all these people are charlatans, not known to the party. They only come to exhibit their ignorance publicly. That's all I can say.
All right, Dr. Agbo Major, thank you so much for your time. National Chairman of the NNPP, joining virtually from Abuja. Thank you.
Thanks for having me.
Great. It's been a great one tonight. In case you missed out, you might, of course, want to catch up on our YouTube platform. The handle is News Central TV. You can also choose to follow us across social media. The handle is there on your screen. You can choose to follow me personally at Dakbo at Digboyi. Until I come your way again, good night.